Oh, hi. Hello. Hi. Thank you. Good start. My apologies, you're stuck with PNG me today. Allergies do be allergying. Gold fishing rods for sale. Fantastic. Okay, full disclosure, I installed a mod. What? You did what? How dare you? Yes, I know. I installed a mod that got rid of stamina depletion. Because that's just more fun, in my humble opinion. I was playing a game called Sunhaven the last couple days. I don't know if y'all have heard of that game. It's another one in this genre. But there is no stamina in that game. That is what prompted me to say, you know what? I want to do that here. Because I just want to play the game. I just want to have fun. I'm a girl who just wants to have fun. Watering all the watermelons. Alright, so we're about halfway through summer. Happy Saturday to youans and yoursons. What does this need? Some more wood. Get in line, buddy. Okay, hold on. No, can't play. Nope. Nope. This one? Okay. I don't know if that's actually work, but we'll see. What in the Sam hell are we supposed to be doing right now? Oh, right. We need an absolute shit ton of stuff for the general store. And then, oh my god, so many people need things. Why do so many people need things? Y'all are a bunch of needy bitches. Let's go have tea with Hayden, shall we? Bunch of needy bitches. Okay. Oh, Hayden. You got some special tea for me? See what I did there? Special tea. Ha. Thanks for stopping by. Come on in. Put up your feet. I know words. So you're looking to raise some animals? I've got quite the selection to choose from, Derek. If you feed them, pet them, and call them outside on nice days, they'll reward you with all sorts of wonderful produce. Fresh eggs and milk are real useful if you like cooking. You can also sell them for a nice profit. Some animals even provide useful crafting materials such as feathers and wool. Mystery also holds an annual animal festival with great prizes, although you might find the competition a little stiff against my Henrietta. Yes, Henrietta. If you're going to breed your animals with heart-shaped treats, you can even pair them to produce rare colors. Here's some milled feed to get you started, but don't forget you can also let them graze or even hand feed them as a treat. Would you like to view the ranching tutorial? No. Well, I think that's about everything for now. Don't be a stranger, Derek. I can tell Henrietta appreciates your company, and so do I. Henrietta didn't react, so I don't believe you. Hey, Graseed. Tea with lemon and renown. A hot cup of black tea with a squeeze of lemon juice and a pinch of sugar. Actually sounds pretty good. I have no idea where we are in the museum. I don't know. It's probably just pond fish like it usually is. But we'll find out. Just about 8,000 bucks. Okay. Wish I had 8,000 bucks. Let's see, pickaxe. Excellent. It's a good start. Let's see. Let's go identify this. Ooh, ancient royal scepter. Royal scepter with the head of a dragon, symbol of the witch queen's authority. Authorita. You will respect my authority. Maggie Max! Buddy. How's the plowing going? So far, plowing has been consensual. Whee! Megs, how are you? How's work today? Hopefully, no felonies? Yeah, summer pond. So I got 2 in the pond that I need. I finally got to write the termination letter for the dude. Excellent. I'm sure he's taking that just as fantastically as one would expect. Hold on. I think I needed something for some of these people. Salted watermelon, which I do not have. Sesame, which I do not have. Monster Fang, which I do not have. Okay. Fantastic. So essentially I have nothing for any of these people. Is that what I'm hearing? That's what I'm hearing. Cool. Good job. Well, at least I can talk to these folks. No one's showing up to work lately, so this is the first chance I got. I haven't mailed it to him yet, but I'm including all 3 write-ups from the last 5 months. Man, how do you get written up 3 times in 5 months? And not have a fucking clue as to... Anyway. I'll shut up. You guys are well. A very good one, it sounds like. Two spots of inventory, so that'll be just enough to capture 2 fish and then irritate it. Sesame. Somebody wanted sesame, didn't they? Hey, Vera. Look, I can do a thing finally. He was sending me harassing texts in all caps about how his lawyer is great and she's going to sue the shit out of me. Oh, that's charming. Like you're somehow supposed to be like, you know, oh no, I'm sorry, never mind, I'll bring you back. Yeah, of course not. Yeah, 100%. And no lawyer in their right mind's gonna be like, yeah, no, it's okay to harass this person via text. Have at it. I don't, no issues with that at all. Totally won't work against you. Okay, going up by bags. Ding dong. Hi, Faye. Mystria. I'll have some tea. A lake chub. But no, fun fact, I'm actually atrocious at remembering when to fish in this game. Of course. I'm a little obsessive when it comes to trying to get museum shit out of the way. My fruit. Ding dong. Sweet boy. I mean, I should be trying to get the museum shit out of the way, but I could also be cuddling my cows X times over, so no, that's fair. You're doing it the right way. So Faye, I'm doing a little cheaty cheat. I installed a mod that gives me infinite stamina. Because I find it more fun to just, play the damn game. The days already go by so damn fast. Do not have enough for that yet. Try the mana option. I mean, I have I think I have the restoration spell, if that's what you're talking about. I don't know if it's called restore, but yeah. I probably could have gone that route first, but eh. Alright, so that's got the required materials. Oh, I'm nothing to worry about. I am just stumbling all over myself this morning. As per usual. Okay. We're good on stone. So now I just need wood for that. That should be an easy question to answer. I do, I just don't think I'm any good at it. Oh, shit, darn. Pay attention. Oop, drop those off. Oop, drop that off. Sleep. Ooh, we're almost level 30. Uh-oh. It's Lane's birthday. I have to remember this one. Oh, it's raining. Fantastic. Oh. Chunk of my watermelons are ready. I think I need to give someone built a small coop. Oh, look. I didn't realize it was that simple. Oh yeah, Pat was going crazy. Let's see, somebody wanted a watermelon, right? Mary, who is no longer here. Fantastic. Okay, so I will not put a watermelon down. Right, I need, what, 30 wood? Okay, it's okay, dear. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna be okay, buddy. Anyway. Yeah, it's funny because the first time I got, after the first month of the Werther's thing, right, I recognized at that time that it was like, oh, I have just entirely too much, there's just too many Werther's here, right? I need, let's go with that one. It's the the number of Oilers was too damn high. And you know, what sealed it for me was like when we kicked into this scientific notation, I was like, all right, that's ridiculous. And so I dropped all the numbers down thinking, you know, surely this will be fine. Don't call me Shirley. And boy, was I wrong. I didn't want it to ever have to come into a situation where people were having to count numbers to make their bets. So, I don't know. It's got me thinking. I don't know what I want to do. I mean, I'm glad people are having a good time. I don't know. Anyway, shut up, Derek. Okay, I'm sorry. Built. Small bird. Hey, look, we can get animals now. I love that they put a chest and a shipping thing in here. I mean, that is chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Fuck's sake. There's no words. Hey. Hey. Derek, would you like to laugh? I would like to laugh. I'm a big laugher, nobody. I'm a big laugher. I'm the best laugher. People always say, nobody's ever laughed like me before. How do I? Yeah. I named my Coop Cooper and my Bomb Barney. Okay, Faye, that's cute. That's well done. Do I not? Is this not hay? So how do I put? How do I put the hay down? What am I missing? Is it not hay that needs to go down? Is it like some sort of feed that I need to? Oh. Yes, that's exactly what it is. You did 5D chess it. That was impressive. I'm big proud. Big proud. Feed for the chicks, yeah. Grass, is it grass seed? Can we use basic? Yes. Okay. Thank you, Twig. I was having a moment. Hey, look at that. It's so much easier when it just does. And then why did I put the hay back up over here? Because I'm a doof. I'm a doof. I'm a doof. Grab you back. Sort you. Let's go ahead and put you away because I don't need you right now. It's been a week. I just blamed the drugs. Yeah, amen, sister. Let me also double check that I put that in there and not that. Yes, okay, good. All right, so let us, in tomatoes, I'm going to want to buy some grass starter. But let us get some aminals. I would... that doesn't look right. I would like one. Come on, Derek. Is anybody... No. Does anybody else always accidentally hit their caps lock key? What color was that I just bought? Oh, thanks, Twig. Let's go black cow. What do we need? We're gonna go beef. And we'll buy a brown cow. Be the girl. This will be brisket. Confirm. Confirm. It's a great question, Faye, and I don't get an answer for you. Because all I know is that, like, I eat things. I don't necessarily always know what I'm eating. It's 14th. Let's go get some more watermelons. Actually, I may not be able to afford them, but let's get them anyway. Let me do some counts. Let me also make sure I don't already have seeds. I do. 4. Okay. 7, 14, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 20. I have room for 20 seeds. T-Bone would be a good cow name. Oh, hi. Hey, thanks. Request for tea. Rump roast. I'm going to say 20. Yep, go. Tea sounds yummy. I had a big glass of coffee this morning. Let's put you there. Put you there. At some point I should probably look into I bought 20 and I only needed 16. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Derek, you okay? I have no idea. We'll find out together. I'm gonna have these same 4 watermelon seeds until next season. Okay. Sirloin. Love it. Oh, I need to do some pets, don't I? Do I have to... I forgot. I have to actually, like, literally pick them up to show them any sort of love. Because, you know, why wouldn't you do that? There you go, babies. You're so cute. You're so adorable. Animals go sleepy time. Cricket. Huh. Huh, I say. That's a frog. That's another frog. Ooh, that's a big ass fish. Giant koi. Don't be coy. Okay. I'll see myself out. A brown bullhead. Fantastic. That's one of 2 pond fish that I need. Golden shiner. That's 2 of 2 pond fish I need. At least I think. Hopefully that will be the end of our fishing journey for the summer. I mean, at least as far as the museum is concerned. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Keep you. Sleep. Hey. We made it to town rank Ruby. Just barely. Oh, that's right. You get that new one today, don't you, Twig? Tomatoes. Yay! New toys are always fun. send you away. Let's head to... I have animals now that I have to remember to take care of.